What's up, guys? Live here in Master Duel. We are so back in terms of regular ranked duels, just to do some dailies, of course. This time, we got the matchups with Allure Queen Nephthys as the return deck, and going up against, we got the Owner's Seal, a Masochist deck, and branded Dracotail Dragon Maid. We're going to start versus the Owner's Seal OTK deck. And with this hand going first, this hand is beyond cracked. Also, in Master Duel specifically, when it comes to comparison of the future ban lists between this and TCG, because, you know, I normally follow TCG lane as well. I was actually scared coming towards the February list is where they was going to hit pre-preparation to 1, and even if pre-prep is a hard once per turn, searching for 2 is outright ridiculous. So dance, give Palace it up, discard pre-prep because apparently I drew, well, open-handed both ritual spells. So Allure Queen lines to work with in a simplified game state. You know, the sad part is Chaos Angel being tributed for the sake of Santa Claus. That was the smartest decision that has ever done, to be honest. Monarch Storm forth. Whoa! Summon animation for Eidos, the Underworld Monarch. So let's see how impressive this card is when it comes to the summon animation of Eidos, the Underworld Monarch. Level 6, Dark Spellcaster for some reason, but I totally understand. This must be the reference of Eidos to be specific because, well, that's technically Idea, but given the fact that when it comes to the Eidos, to be specific, in the early years of Yu-Gi-Oh, Little Eidos was basically a squire slash vassal, and this is basically him all grown up now. But you guys get the reference of the Little Eidos. So, upon no more special summon, you can add 1 Monarch spell trap or 1 monster that is 2800 attack, 1000 defense, Mega Monarch, from your deck to your or graveyard to your hand. Crazy. You can declare 1 attribute, make 1 face-up monster anywhere on the field become that attribute. Attribute change is nice. If you tribute summon a monster with 2400 or more attack and 1000 defense, while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card from your hand or special it. Each effect once per turn. Seems pretty good if you ask me. Trigger, Avermax, Shovel back Eidos, grabbing back Stormforth, and given the fact that Stormforth is being grabbed back, by any chance, hard once on the activation of the Monarch Stormforth, thank goodness. Snatch Steal, also, welcome back to 3 in the TCG. And furthermore, no, don't take my monster. So, given the fact about Owner's Seal in general, this is basically like I give you my monster and then you give me mine back because, you know, it's Owner's Seal for you. Or even remove Brainwashing. So, most cases on this list, 3 Battle Fader, 2 Kurikara Divincarnate, Max C. At the time this video goes up, well, in terms of the future ban list, 1 copy down in terms of, you know, total copies. So 2 copies of Max C down, 1 to go. 3 Ash Blossom, Ghost Bell, Mobius, Caius, Eidos. In terms of Monarchs, Santa Claus, the one of Santa Claus, by the way, in terms of either hard opening it or drew it as the 6th card. That's beyond crazy. 2 Radiant Kaiju, Gizmek Uka. Love this earthly Gizmek. Also got mine glossed out as well. Hino Kagusuchi, super old card. Level 8, Fire Pyro Spirit. So its usual spirit things in terms of no specials, kick it back to turn it summon, 2800 attack, 2900 defense. In this one, if it does battle damage to your opponent, they discard their entire hand during the draw phase of the next turn before the turn player draws. Okay, that is outright gross. 2 Lava Golems, one of which is glossed out. 2 Gamma Seal Kaiju, one of which is glossed out. 2 Thunder King Kaiju, Nibiru. Traps, Mirror Force, Stormy Mirror Force, glossed out. 2 Remove Brainwashing. The control of all monsters on the field returns to the owners. And thus, 2 Owner Seals is literally the same concept. Return control of all monsters on the field to their owners. Harpy's Feather Duster, Monster Reborn, Pot of Desires, Pot of Extravagance, 2 Spell Card Soul Exchange, Snatch Steal, 2 copies of the Monarch Stormforth. And given the fact about Pot of Extravagance, I'm pretty much going to say the extra deck does not matter at the slightest. And with his hand going second, this should be fine because of, you know, pre-prep. So, oh, and no extra deck. So, Monarch / True Dracos, but that's not the case. And pre-prep, again, there you go. Top deck stance, that straight up solves everything. So, simplified game state. What's the set? Burgeoning Whirlflame. I'm pretty much going to assume that... Oh no, it only deals with traps. That's not what I thought it was. And again, simplified game state. Cool. The return of Nephthys, the Sacred Flame. 2+ monsters, including a ritual monster, is what it takes to make it. All 3 bottom arrows, which is really, really good. Fire, Wing Beast, because it's birds. Link, 2400 attack in terms of original attack. While this card is in the extra monster zone, monsters your opponent controls cannot target Nephthys monsters in the main monster zone for attacks. So it's basically Mech Knight Crusadia Abramax in terms of the Nephthys version. This card gains effects based on the number of ritual monsters used for the Link summon. 1. Can't be killed by battle. 2. Can't be killed by card effects, an extra 1200 attack. And if for some reason you go all 3 rituals, no one can target Sacred Flame within card effects. Also, it gains another 1200 attack. So if you use all 3 rituals at the same time for the Link summon, it is extra 2400 attack. So a grand total of 4800 attack with the battle immunity, targeting protection, and destruction protection. And on top of that, your opponent's monsters cannot target main monster zone Nephthys for attacks in terms of Abramax style Nephthys. And quite the animation out of this guy. And I opted not to kill Ra's Disciple because we need to keep the monster out there. So, Conductor, killing off OG Sacred Phoenix and Disciple. So Disciple is your spell trap search, and Sacred Phoenix is Reborn, built-in Heavy Storm. Real normal, Gravekeeper's Watcher, and given how it's masochist, probably a crash on purpose, just to get rid of the side effect. So, quick effect, Chaos, hook up Queen 5 for Queen 7, and hook up the Watcher. Search. Reborn. Heavy Storm. And that's definitely lethal. And last but not least, for this particular matchup, given the fact that how they just ran out of time, Branded Dracotail was in so much under pressure. So list time before we go on. 2 Droll, 2 Maxi, Frixel, well, Dracotail cards, Frixel, 2 Malulu, in TCG land, down you go to 1. 2 Lucius, triple Phimina, Urgala, Pan, 3 Ketu Dracotail. Also, in TCG, you're going down to 1. 3 Rahu, Horn, Flame, Sting. 40 Branded, Fallen to Albaz, 2 Branded Fuse. And as for Dragon Maids, 3 Parlor, 3 Chamber, Lorpar, Sehermba, Hospitality, Changeover. And then the rest, as I already mentioned, the 3 Ash, one of which is a glossed out alt art. That is a good catch. And Royal Call by the Grave. Nice. Extra that consists of SP Little Knight, Heretic Seals, Spirit with Eyes of Blue, 4 Fusions, Gulamel, Double Arthalion, Albion, Lubellion, Mirror Jade, Chaos Star Source, Ladies, Dragon Maid, Philia Regis, Glossed Out Secretarian Dragon, Dragon House Dragon Maid Show. And last but certainly not least, with his hand, this is beyond incredible. Real Normal Disciple, Dance for Palace, send 1, Chaos Queen, send 2, 7 for 5, Allure Queen lines to work with, the MVP versus Draco Tail matchups. Wizard Buster Destruction Sword. While this card is equipped to a monster, monsters in your opponent's graveyard cannot activate their effects, so it's straight up super good versus Draco Tail. Disciple Kill Off Blizzard for Defender. Send Defender for Queen 3. Hook her up for Chronicler. Sacred Preserver. OG Sacred Phoenix. Soul Charge the Queens by sending Palace via Dance. Chaos Angel to avoid Nibiru. Golden Queen. Special Chaos Queen. And pass. Real Normal Parlor, Foolish Lorpar, Contact for Ladies, Ladies for Chamber, Chamber getting Changeover, Ketu, Chain Chaos have Wizard Buster hooked up, Hook up, Summon Queen 3, grab Phimina, uh-oh. Albion Fuse. Albion Fuse. Into Lubellion Fuse. Lubellion Fuse. Turn it into Mirror Jade. Rahu. Using 3 Draco Tails, and they didn't even notice Wizard Buster all this time. So as a result, no Phimina, no Urgula, no Pan Graveyard effects. That is beyond crucial. Arthalion, Golden, Kill Off Mirror Jade, Bounce Back Queen and Phimina. Mirror Jade doesn't get the graveyard effect either, as long as Wizard Buster is still around. Dragon Maid Show. Take some damage. And pass. Show. Bring back Ladies. Ladies, ETLED Chamber. Chamber for Hospitality. Same standby. Ladies. For Philia Regis. Sacred Preserver. Cerulean. Switch to attack. Celine. Attempt. Counters are good. Attempt to Reborn. Show negate. For the sake of House. Set. Dance to Soul Charge. That's not the case because of Philia Regis. Chaos. Hook up Queen 5 for Queen 7. Hook up House. And apparently, Chamber's defense is way too large, so that pretty much meant that I shouldn't have the queens turn into attack position. Simplified game state. Down to 1400. Show for Chamber. Ladies. Fuse into the same affiliate Regis. Chaos Angel over Show. Lord Par, kickback special. Parlor toss out Sahumba. Switch the queens to defense, as I should, because, don't want to risk getting my life depleted. Real normal Chamber. Ladies. E-Telly Parlor. Phimina. Chaos Star Source. Oh, you're such a poor sport. Also, it finally took 6 turns later in terms of outing the Chaos Queen that has Wizard Buster attached to it. Arthalion comes back. Also, every monster effect from the graveyard, their effects are live again. Simplified game state. Chaos Angel over Philia Regis. Discard Lord Par. Real Normal Lucius, Giddy Malulu. SP Little Knights. No extra deck piece with Little Knight. Urgula. Shuffle, give Phimina. Phimina, quick fuse. Into Arthalion. Return to 2. And they have officially timed out. Branded Dragon Maid Draco Tail timed out due to being under pressure by a Wizard Buster. And this has been James Polk with the display of showcasing of Allure Queen Nephthys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And I shall catch you guys next time. And on a further note, big shout outs to Pumi, aka Pumirium, for the showcase. You will be in the description for the stream reference of this replay. Catch you guys next time.